Hello. This chapter, I will give you many examples of how to create a reductive print. Okay, let's go down here. Reductive printmaking, a basic introduction. I'm just going to scroll down through these images here. Okay, with reduction printmaking or reductive printmaking, like it says, the artist creates a composition with layered colors from the same block or the same matrix. Okay, look at this image here on the right. How many colors do you see? White, yellow, red, green, and black. Actually, the paper could have been white, so really you will only have to print 4 colors to get this image. Okay, in our assignment coming up here this week, you're going to print 3 colors. I only asked you to purchase 2 printmaking ink colors or liquid acrylic paint colors. From those 2 colors, you can mix a third. Okay, what to remember: for each color, the artist removes material from the block. There is a lot of planning in these reduction prints. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail, basically. Each color is printed on top of the other, so you're going to work light through medium values to dark, light to dark always. And the surface area of the matrix becomes less and less as you work through. So really you want to plan out as well. Let's say you have a lot of yellow to print. You're going to print that first, reduce the plate, and then say you have a medium amount of red. Then you would print your red, reduce the plate. You only have a little bit of black. Then you would print your black. So not only are you working from light to dark, you're working from the amount of the color that you have as well. Okay, and you'll see how that works here. So each color is printed on top of the previous, and therefore the surface area gets reduced. Here comes, just like we're going to use the foam block matrix and a ballpoint pen. You see this drawing here. First step, stage 1, on the left, you draw out your image. Okay, stage 2, you draw a little more. Stage 3, you draw a little bit more, and in between you're printing a different color. You need to consider what you want to be white. They say white, but actually it can be any color of paper that you have. Let's say you're printing on black paper. Okay, what you want to stay black, that's what you press down into your foam plate first. Okay, in this example, it will be blue pen lines. They will become negative space, or the white of the paper. Whatever you print is going to come out mirror image. So if you intend to use letters or numbers, you're going to have to draw them on tracing paper, flip them over, and then place that tracing paper on top of your foam plate before you incise or carve into your plate, so that when you pull the print, they are back to the right direction. Okay, so just like we did in our radial symmetry print, the styrofoam is inked and printed, and there's what you get. Now, what happens? How do you get a new color? If you don't do anything to the plate, you're going to print the exact same image, except you'll cover up all the yellow ink in this example. So what you want to do is you carve a little bit more into the plate. Okay, additional areas will be carved away. Whatever is carved now into the plate will stay yellow. Whatever color you just printed, that's what stays. Okay, so look what this person did. What color did they print next? They printed this turquoise. Okay, do you see where all of this on the right side of the face, all of those cross hatching marks and those dashes up on the forehead and the dashes down on the neck and shoulder blade? Okay, now look in here, what happens? Those all stayed yellow because they were pressed down when the turquoise ink was rolled on top of the plate. Okay, hopefully you're starting to understand how this works. Okay, whatever you just printed and then you change the plate, the color you just printed stays. Okay, you have to align your print correctly on top of the previous print, or else the registration will be off. Okay, you wash your foam plate very carefully, cold water, be gentle. These things aren't meant to last, so you're really going to have to be extremely careful with these plates. Okay, here's the third step of carving. Look what they did. They added some background and some more lines in the face. Okay, so what's going to happen here? Wherever these lines are carved, wherever the plate is changed, that's going to stay turquoise. Okay, so see what happens. Now what color did they print? They printed the red. Look what they did. They just totally took away they took away the whole bottom half of this. Basically, you could cut out the whole, well, no, because of the eyes. Okay, but I was going to say, you could cut out most of the bottom half of this because it's pretty much done from this image here to the image that was just printed with the turquoise. Okay, so here's the final composition, and I think that's it for this one. Let's go to another presentation here. No, not this, not this, not this. Oh my goodness gracious. Where did it go? This is it. Okay. We'll show you this second resource here while I'm talking. We have all our materials. They're in your materials list. So what you're going to do is on a piece of tracing paper would work best. Prepare your image for transfer. Okay. You're going to do a portrait project. So I want you to, and I'll show you how to do that. So you're going to prepare your image. Okay. What you want to do is you're going to color your tracing paper into and block out your colors, the colors that you have of printing ink. So you're going to have the color of the paper, whether it's white or not, plus 3 colors. Okay, and you'll tape your image down to your foam plate. Trace your image onto the foam plate. Remember, everything is going to be reversed. Lift the paper and retrace the lines just like we did in our radial symmetry project. Okay, make sure that whatever you use, a ballpoint pen or the back side of a paintbrush, that can flow very smoothly through your lines. If it can do that, then you know that you will get a clean, crisp line that will not be filled in with ink when you print. Okay, so you don't have to put your name on things because you're the only one doing this. Okay, you'll take your foam plate, roll the ink onto your plate with a brayer, just like you did in the radial symmetry print, into your dirty area. Move to a clean area to pull your prints. Okay. There's what you do. See, they flip their paper over so that the ink is more directly in touch with the paper. That's okay. You can do it either way as far as keeping your foam plate on top or flipping it over so the paper's on top, whatever works for you. Okay, so you're printing your first color, and you see you want to print at least 6 of each color initially. I would suggest printing even more, maybe 8 or 10, because you're only going to end up with as many prints as you pull with the first color. This was explained in that MoMA video I'm going to show you here in just a minute. You will never, because you're changing the matrix, okay, once you change that matrix, you can never go back. So pull more than you need with the first color. Okay, all right, so all the prints were pulled here in the first color, or the first stage. Is this person down in the lower right. They used many different colors, but they're all the same image. Okay, so what's going to happen is they're now going to change the plate, and you see these people, they're actually cutting parts out of the plate. Is that okay? Absolutely. Just know that it weakens your plate. Okay, so if you're going to be cutting out big chunks of your first color, you're not going to have a whole lot to work with your second and third colors. So try not to cut, at least at the beginning. When you get to your third color and you want to cut these out, that's great, but just know these foam plates, I really can't stress it enough, they're going to be very weak, especially with all the washings and all the prints that you're going to pull. That foam's going to get pressed down, so be very, very careful of how you treat this, because like I said, you can't go back. Okay, all right, so what happens is, look what they're doing. They're printing second and third colors. Okay, so let's look here, the bottom left with these columns and these patterns. Okay, they had they inked with turquoise. Okay, so they kept all of these other shapes there. All right, here's some wonderful examples of reduction prints. Okay, you see how many colors you can get. Now I'm going to guess that these people went back in and colored a little bit on top of these, but you see, the beauty of these. And there's our portraits. And here are some insects that were done using the reduction printmaking method. Yeah, that's it. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let's carry on. Bye.